But let's get started with the NBA. Bit of a surprise last night. The Spurs beat the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. And certainly, they looked like they deserved it. They were winning for the majority of the game, 115 to 111. The Spurs were 1.5 road favorites and end up knocking off the Knicks. They had won 13 games in a row in the playoffs. And now the Spurs trail 2-1 in the series. How did it happen? Wemby had a big game. He had 32 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 blocks. But Stephon Castle off the bench was huge, 23, 5, and 5. So let's hear from the head coaches on the Spurs getting back into the potential of a 7-game series, which is what we're all hoping for. Here is Mitch Johnson.
I thought we made some strides in terms of the ball movement and playing with our teammates, setting screens, trusting the basketball would find the right guy for our shot. I thought we showed better poise at times. I thought we finished the game still with some things that need improvement, but stronger than we did the last few games, first 2 games. And I just thought we were in attack mode, but also as a collective group. And I thought it showed itself in terms of something would happen, whether it was initial action or a guy trying to get to the paint. And if they didn't have a clear advantage, they were looking for their teammates. And because we were doing that throughout the night, it was much clearer for their teammates to expect where the ball was going and when it was going to get to them and then what to do with it when it got to them.
You mentioned the stagnancy offensively.
Yeah.
What do you feel like led to that, and what do you feel like kind of didn't seem like quite as much involvement from Karl in general there on the offense? What did you feel like led to that as well?
We were just playing a lot of drag into what we call, summertime, which is just kind of ball movement, body movement. And we just wanted to stand and watch one guy dribble a ton. And then when the ball got passed, there were no quick decisions by the guy receiving the basketball. So we have actions we can get into that we didn't do a good job of getting into, first of all, but it's okay, because you're not going to be able to run plays all the time, especially with how physical they are playing defensively. Sometimes you just got to go by guys, but you got to be smart. You got to take care of the basketball. You got to space right. You got to move the ball. You got to move bodies, and we've done that, quite a bit, and we didn't do a good job of it tonight.
Meanwhile, as I mentioned, Stephon Castle also big in the win. Is there any relief after winning a game in the series? Not so fast.
0-3 hole would have been a pretty deep hole to get out of. What's the relief to get one?
I don't know. I don't know if I would say relief. I feel like we still haven't really done anything. Obviously, we're still down 2-1, and we're looking forward to the next 48 minutes. But, whether we won or lost this game, the series wouldn't have been over for us. So, obviously, it feel good. It feel good to win, especially on the road, after dropping, two bad ones. But, I think our confidence has, been the same throughout this series, regardless of what happened. So, I feel like we're just looking forward to the next 48.
And on the flip side, Jalen Brunson has a good game for the Knicks, but just came up short. They finally suffered a loss, and this one was at home. Here's Brunson after the game on bouncing back next game.
You guys have not lost a game in quite some time, and there's nothing good about losing a game. How do you take this feeling, put it in a box, and put it towards game 4?
I think win or lose as a team, our mindset is always getting better the next day. And so we've done our best to try and learn from wins over the past couple of weeks. But now we have to learn from a loss. But I think the most important thing is that we were going to learn regardless, because we know there were things that we were going to have to improve on going into next game. So mindset stays the same.
We'll see if the Knicks rebound in Madison Square Garden coming up tomorrow night. But as of right now, the Knicks are still light favorites, -1.5 at home over the Spurs. The odds came out, of course, after the game last night. Total of 216.5 in this one. Again, we've got another game ahead of us coming up tomorrow night in the NBA Finals. They'll play Game 4. And by the way, the Knicks are still heavy favorites to win, but not -500 anymore. They're -184 to win the series and win the NBA championship. Meanwhile, last night at altitude, the Las Vegas A's, so to speak, found out potentially what this team could be looking at when they end up playing regular season games there in a couple of years and they open up a new stadium. 29 runs scored at altitude yesterday. Felt like Coors Field. The Brewers do win as road favorites, but a lot of home runs were hitting this one. Nick Kurtz hit 2. Tyler Soderstrom hit 2. Shea Langoliers hit 1. So did William Contreras. And so did Jake Bowers. It felt like it was home run derby last night. And that's a tough one for Kyle Harrison, who is having such a great season, but naturally said it's going to be tough to pitch in that environment.
Yeah, can you take anything away from tonight?
It's tough to say, right? I mean, you watch that game. Yeah, I think it's just kind of flush it, move on to the next one. Obviously, not the best stuff, not the best locations with the stuff. So, yeah, just chalk it up on crappy day in Vegas. That's it. No, just one of those things. Well, once something gets rolling bad, right, like it kind of all comes to fruition, right? So, it's just got to be better in those situations. Definitely not giving in, and tough to do in a spot like this. So.
Also, the Yankees win on a big Cody Bellinger hit in the 10th inning to give the Yankees a 7-5 win over the Cleveland Guardians. Goldschmidt also homered in this game. Gavin Williams, great starter for Cleveland, didn't have his best game, but it was okay. 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, but it took all 10 innings to get the Yankees the win. Here's Aaron Boone on legging it out in the 10th.
It seems like you're taking an exhale after that one.
Yeah. Wasn't pretty, but very gritty. A lot of really winning things that guys did. And everyone obviously involved except Cruiser. Yeah, it's a really tough team over there, and to get the lead, have it go away and kind of hold the line enough, and just a lot of winning plays there to get us to the finish line.
Padres get a much-needed win over the Cincinnati Reds yesterday, 6-2. They win as home favorites. They were down 2-1 and came all the way back thanks to Samad Taylor. He's been one of the young heroes for the Padres recently. In fact, Taylor went 2 for 4, drove in 3 runs, RBIs in the 7th and 8th. Here he is after the game on coming through.
Samad, when you showed up, you said you wanted to be a spark plug. It feels like you were every bit of that tonight. How did you have such an impact on this game?
Just try to stay level-headed. If you try to do too much, the game will speed up on you. It's the big leagues. Everybody's doing their thing. I just came here, try to do my part, and like you said, be a spark plug. The engine doesn't run without a spark plug, so that's what we're here to do, and I'm gonna keep doing it. See where we roll.
Rays beat the Red Sox by a final of 3-1. Boston still having a hard time scoring runs. Yandy Diaz hit a home run for Tampa Bay in this one. And also the run for Cristopher Sanchez continues. The Phillies win as road favorites. Sanchez 7 innings pitched, 2 runs, 10 strikeouts, Phillies 5, and Blue Jays 2. Meanwhile, in the National Hockey League, we've got another game to discuss tonight, 8:20 p.m. Eastern. It will be the Hurricanes and Golden Knights. If you've been watching, it's been a fantastic Stanley Cup final. As of right now, Vegas leads the series 2-1, but you can see the odds in this game. They are toss-up games. They have all been close. Total of 5.5, and as of right now, it should be a compelling fight to the finish between these two teams. And in fact, coming up a little bit later in the show, George Kurtz will weigh in on who potentially can win tonight.